Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday so far. And I just got to be honest, I am incredibly stoked to jump into 1 Peter. This is a book that I turn to a lot. Out of most of the books in the Bible, this one's probably got the most highlights, underlines, and all that. Mainly because, wrongly sometimes that 1 Peter's described as like that book that talks a lot about suffering and challenges and all of that. But I look at it more as a book of hope because of the people that Peter's writing to. Just to piggyback off of Chuck, God does extraordinary things through ordinary people. That's his plan. That's his plan A, is common, ordinary people. If you go to Acts 4:13, it talks a lot about Peter and John, just ordinary people that God uses. And you know what? That's how we've went from 12 to millions, if not hundreds of millions of us worldwide, is because ordinary people stepping out in faith to say, God, I don't know what this looks like, but I trust you. And right off the bat, right here in 1 Peter, we see that to go back off of what Chuck had said, to those who are elect exiles of the dispersion in Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. So, okay, it's easy to breeze right over those names. That's where the church was really starting to take root, right? And you think through when this letter was written, we're talking, I didn't get the dates before I recorded this, so excuse me, but I want to say it's probably around 30, 40 years after the crucifixion. And so you got to think in 30, 40 years that Christianity has spread remarkably. To go, it's not like people jumped on a train or a plane to go to these places. They were long journeys by foot, by boat, by camel, by whatever means necessary. And yet the gospel was spreading like wildfire. And so you go into verse 2 where he says, according to the foreknowledge of God the Father in the sanctification of the Spirit for obedience to Jesus and for sprinkling with his blood. Now, some big words there like sanctification and, not too many people like that word obedience, but really what Peter's laying the groundwork for the whole letter to say, there's going to be some things that come your way. Following Jesus isn't going to be easy. He's writing to people that were exiled. Exiled means you were kicked out of your home. Exiled means you're facing persecution. Exiled was not a real pretty term, right? And it's hard for us here in America to imagine that, honestly, because we have it so good. Man, we have it so good. But I want you to put yourself into this place of, Peter's writing to essentially a group of people who were being persecuted for their faith, tortured for their faith. In fact, many of them were being set on fire because of persecution and Emperor Nero, and there's a lot behind it. So anyway, these people that are reading 1 Peter as a letter, they were facing amazing feats for their faith. And so today, if I could encourage you in one thing, jump into 1 Peter with us. Really focus in on this book. I want to encourage you to underline, to highlight, to grab a hold. It's going to be a fun journey. I'm really excited for the truths that God's going to give Chuck, that God's going to kind of bring some new light for me and for you, and so excited to hear about it. In fact, if God brings something to your attention through these videos or through his word, I want you to comment on it. I would love to see just what God is doing and speaking into your life. And you know what? We've got a lot of people that watch these videos that would love to see it. What God is speaking into your life could bless so many others. And so please join us on this journey. Comment below. Really looking forward to digging into 1 Peter. Thank you so much for being a part of today and spending a few minutes. Chuck, we'll see you back next week. Have a great day.